Hello and welcome to episode 109 of the Talk Nintendo podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Casey Gibson, and joining me this fine night, flying in from Hollywood, Mr. Perry Burkum. How are you, Perry?
I'm good, Casey. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing better now. I was a little tired, and the problem is I ran out of creamer this morning, and I forgot to pick some up on the way home, so I don't have my my normal coffee, which helps fuel me through this puppy. So I've just got a big old glass of water. Yeah. The only thing that gets me through this hellhole of a podcast.
With Jerkum.
Yeah, with that Jerkum fella. But no, I'm doing well. That little sing along there got the juices flowing.
Out. You got the jimmies out.
I got the jimmies are gone. Yeah. Those jimmies try and bring you down, you know.
They totally do. The jerks. They always have, always will. Yeah, man.
So good.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a light week. I've been busy with some family affairs on my end, and I haven't got a ton of. In fact, I haven't played Switch for 5 days.
That's crazy because I don't even have to assume. I already know that's a record. I guarantee there has not been a 5-day period since you bought the Switch last March or 2 Marches ago.
There hasn't been. There hasn't been. It's
because there's no lullabies.
I hope the battery still works.
Yeah, all three of them fried.
Yeah, because there's no lullabies, exactly. But luckily I did get a couple games in before the family affair happened. Anyway, so that's good. And also some fun stuff happened over the weekend.
Yes, sir. I think I know what that's going to be, but we're going to hold that off till the good old news block because, like the last couple of weeks, it's been another slow week. Although I will say this week's got a little bit of news, and then some really good news at the end there, and that's what we're just talking about. We're going to save that. I'm sure if some people have been follow you on Twitter, they might have an idea about some good news. But like I said, we'll talk about that in a hot second because, like you said, we've got some games to talk about, but they're going to be pretty brisk. Last week's episode, we had the double feature interview, so it was a nice hearty episode. So I think this week, and like you said, Perry's been running around, and I've been pretty busy on this end too. So we're gonna take it as it is. We're gonna nice breezy episode, which probably means everyone's looking and go, but it says 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I know.
We're not usually too good at this brisk thing, but to kick us off, I think we have a little bit of a quick bite. And that is, I alluded to it last week after talking to good old Mick, and that is Digger Dan DX.
Oh, yeah.
For the old 3DS.
I actually got this game, but since I haven't been able to play it because of certain things, so I'm definitely going to be playing it this next week for next episode. So,
you know what? I will hold off on my early. Like I said, I've not put a ton of time into it yet, but I'll keep my impression. We'll do a nice double quick bite, a meal for two next week. But I will say one thing about it. The 3D is superb.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
actually,
you will love it.
Ooh,
it is. Oh, it looks so good. Like, I would put it up there with one of the more standout in the 3D front. Really, really awesome job.
Oh, wow.
And it's, like I said, cool little puzzle game. It is currently on sale. So you guys, if you are interested, might want to check that out. Same, I'm pretty sure Kid Trip and Miles and Kilo as well. So those are definitely games to check out on sale. But why don't we get into what we've been playing? And do you want to kick us off here instead? We'll move on from my quick bite to your full meal, your entree.
My entree, and that is one of our eShop. I think we have both eShop games of the week.
Yes, we do.
We do. So I like that little tradition here. And so last year, my eShop game of the week was Trouserheart.
This was from last year? I'm just kidding.
Nope.
You said last year's pick of the week.
Did I say last year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Last week's pick of the week. So maybe because I was already saying week. Anyway.
Double week.
Yes.
Means you're weak.
It's a new year for some. It's the Chinese New Year, probably.
It's there's a New Year somewhere. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, Trouserheart. This was this cute little. It looked like a little Zelda top-down, action type game from the screenshots, and I was just so. What do you call it? Entertained by the charmed. I was charmed by the screens of this game. They looked so cute.
You find them tantalizing?
Yeah, they were. Well, I don't know about tantalizing, but they were cool. The art style is amazing of this game. And it's called Trouserheart. Like, what the heck is this? And what it is, when you start the game, it's this king, and he's sitting on his throne, and this little goblin deal, this little guy minion.
Does he have trousers on?
Trousers.
Ooh, the king's trousers.
Yeah,
you gotta have. I hope there were big trousers to fit the cojones in them. To steal the trousers from the king. You kidding me?
But yeah, exactly. And so then he wakes up. Oh, where are my trousers? And off you go on your adventure. And that's it. That's the story. It takes about 5 seconds. And off you go. And so the way this game plays is it's just room by room of enemies that you're clearing. And then you go to the next room, collecting gold. And then you keep going, and then you'll get to the end. You'll get treasure chest, and it'll be full of gold, and you end the level. And then when you get to certain levels, there'll be a little boss at the end. There's like little halfway marks where you make a campfire and you can heal up. But the interesting part about this game, and this makes sense when you say it's a mobile game, is that it has basically a 2-button control scheme, meaning the movement, the control of movement with the analog stick as one button, and then the other button as an attack button. There's literally just move and attack. Oh yeah, I mean, and you have a sword, you swing it, and that's it. You can use the A button, you can use like the R button. I mean, you could use basically any button, because even I have a sneaking suspicion even the D-pad is used as the swinging the sword. And I was thinking about that. I bet that was an easy way to get around using a Joy-Con, being able to use a single Joy-Con to play the game. Anyway, but yeah, so you actually can't use the D-pad for movement. It's only for only the analog stick. And so yeah, you just go room by room, and there's all these different types of enemies, and they're all pretty simple, like, to figure out the pattern of how to attack them, and then you kill them, and then in between levels you can go back to your house, your domain, and and you can upgrade like your attack power or your chance for defense, like you can up the chance that someone will miss, and then you can upgrade your health, and then upgrade the amount of coins you get. I think there's just 4 different options there, and so you're just kind of plugging those in, and then the further you get, the more they cost to upgrade. So it's good to kind of balance it out, and so you're just going from room to room, and the aesthetics. You kind of go from the main forest level, and then like the next set of world, you're in the desert. Like it should. The music is great. I mean, definitely the best part of this game is the music and the art. They're fantastic, and I encourage everyone to check this game out on your mobile phone, just to see how it looks. It's just so darn charming. It's hard to explain, but
is it a mobile game, or do you mean to check out like the pictures and screenshots?
Well, it is a mobile game. Okay. It is a mobile game.
Is it free to download?
That I do not know.
I always do. That's the one thing I do like about the games that come to Switch that are on mobile. that are, you know, like free to play. Well, it's like, to me, it's just a glorified demo, you know, because if I do like it, then, you know, then I would actually maybe get it on the old switcheroo.
Right. It is $2.99, but you can see the screenshots on there, and it looks it looks about the same, and it's really fun. I love the style of this game and the design, and like I said, the art is just, I mean, the music is really, really good too. So, but I mean, when it comes down to it, the gameplay is so simple, and there's no exploring, you know. So, I mean, this isn't like a Zelda game, you know. You're just going, you start off in a level, and then you clear that room, and you go into the door, and you go to the next room, and that's that. And so yeah, I think I made it to the end of the second world. I don't know how many worlds. I'm guessing there's 3. But it's not a super long game, and I think it's $8 on the Switch for some reason. I don't know why it'd be different from mobile.
I almost said the Twix Switch Swax.
The Twix the Twix Swax. The Twix Sacks.
It's harder to say that. Yeah, say that 3 times fast. Yeah, I guess you know, they probably see every. I go for Twix. Actually, no, I do like a Twix, but I don't want one right now. No, thank you. No, thank you on the Twix.
Are you serious?
No. I mean, I wouldn't eat one if I was offered a Twix. Right? I don't know. I just don't feel like it.
How can you not be in the mood for a Twix? I don't get that. Well, that's weird.
You know,
they're so good.
To each their own. No, I'm not denying.
I mean, would you have a different candy bar right now?
I don't think I'm in the mood for a candy bar per se.
Oh, okay.
It's actually funny.
That makes sense.
There are Twixes probably 20 feet away from me. Little baby bite-sized Twixes. But I digress.
The proof's in the pudding right there. Yeah, so it's like you could have a Twix and you're not having it. That's okay.
You know what I like? The Twist and Peel Twizzlers, the cherry-flavored ones. Ooh, I just ate the last of mine the other day, though, so flush out.
You got to go cherry over strawberry.
Oh, yeah.
I like cherry Twizzlers over strawberry.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
strawberry.
The strawberry's good.
Cherry's better.
But the cherry, and then the Twist and Peel are just
yeah, Twist and Peel are different, but yeah, they're fun. They're good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, Trouserheart is a. Is
that a Twizzler in your trousers?
Yeah. It's like I said. It's pretty much the upgrade system is nice, and then you do get better because you learn how to avoid enemies better. But it's not really a huge, crazy, deep game at all. But as a little game to play, it's fun. Like I definitely, I don't think it's a bad game by any means, and I think the art and the music kind of stand by themselves as fantastic. I mean, it's pretty, and the music is both of them very Zelda-like, in ways. So, yeah, I would check that out if that sounds kind of cool. If you're looking for a bite-sized thing, I might wait for a sale though. I mean, surely this is a game that will be on sale quickly, and it doesn't seem like it's worth the full $8, especially when you can get on mobile for $3. That's just that's weird, right?
I could see like if it was 3 on mobile and 5 on Switch, like a little bit, but
yeah,
but
8
double
exactly.
and then some,
exactly,
almost
but it is
triple.
Cute. So that's right. Now, ooh, what do we got for the next game?
Ooh, Ascension.
Ascension.
Oh, man.
Okay, so you reviewed this for the site.
Woo, I sure did.
What a Jim Brony.
Yes. So we commented on how this game looked pretty cool. The screenshots definitely
it does look cool.
And I will agree it is a very visually cool looking game. But man, did I not like it. So essentially what it is,
give it a bad score.
What's up?
You didn't give it a bad score.
I gave it a 5.5.
That's not a bad score.
It's not a great score.
It's a mediocre score.
It's just so frustrating. So essentially what this game is, it is like there's 90 stages, like each stage is just a sphere, and it's pretty, from point A to point B, just get there, right? So you're a tiny little ship, and each stage is just like a different obstacle. So early on, they're pretty straightforward. Like, all right, here, get here, and some are like pretty standard. Like, oh, it's a maze, like there's walls and you just sort of got to go around. But if you run into the wall, you blow up and you start over again. And as the game keeps going, they keep ramping up the ideas. And what's cool is like the ideas, I think, are interesting. Like, oh, you got swinging blades you got to dodge, that you've got platforms that move depending on where you stand on it. So like you go on it, and if you're on the left side, it moves to the left. If you're on the right side, it moves to the right, And then like these are all cool ideas. And I will give the game a lot of credit. It continues to really throw in a lot of ideas, even as you're getting deeper into the game. Like, you're never going to be like, oh, I've done this same puzzle 35 times. There's a lot of variety. But what they do is they start ramping up like the difficulty pretty soon into the game, like really making it like frustratingly annoying because they start stacking the ideas. So, for instance, I just told you about those platforms. They have these rings that they're stationary, but they just rotate, and like there's just a little sliver removed, so you need to fly through the ring when the sliver's up, right? So you don't blow up. And like, okay, like that is a puzzle element that I thought was a little just because sometimes it was tough to know exactly when to go through. Like it was obvious, but like, oh, you would clip the side of it when it looked like you would be okay to go through. But it's like, I could deal with that. That's fine. But then all of a sudden, it's like, now you need to go through that while you're on that platform that moves left and right depending on what side you're on. So it's like, now all of a sudden, it's like, okay, it's getting annoying now. And then they're like, oh, how about we start just throwing projectiles that come straight for you? So like, because if you would get up to that ring and it would be at a point where you can't get through, it'd be like, all right, I'm just going to teeter-totter back and forth until it's okay to go through, and then I'll drive through, right? Then all of a sudden, when you got projectiles flying at you, well, it's like, now I need to move, you know what I mean? I got to really go far back and try and time it right, and it just quickly becomes frustrating. In addition is that the movement is very, like, finicky. It's very sensitive, and, like, there's been plenty of times where, like, there'd be pretty tight corridors or tight paths, and just like one little like you hit the like the analog stick one little titch in the wrong way and you fall off the edge, and I will give the game credit again that it's quick. When you die, you're right back into the action, so it's not like you're waiting on load times or anything. But it just I mean, like, I'm all for a challenge, you know what I mean, but like it was frustrating more than like, oh, like, I've played games where it's tough, and you're like, okay, it's satisfying, though. Like, I don't mind, like, I'm slamming my head against the wall a little bit, I'm making some progress, oh, I've overcome that challenge, boom, like, I'm good to go. This, it just was frustrating, and then, like, there'd be times where it's like, all right, I went through this stage, and I went through this difficult challenge that took me a long time to do, and I finally cleared it. Oh, and then there's one last nut tap at the end that kills you, you know what I mean? Like, oh, there's the exit, I'm flying to it, but then, like, how the levels are spherical, like, oh, so you're sort of, like, driving up to it, and, like, the level sort of, but, oh, wait, behind the exit pad is actually, like, a blade, or, like, a spinning blade that shoots out and hits you before you hit it, And, like, what you have to do is go to the side, let it go by, and then go on. But it's just, like, oh, are you, like, that's so frustrating, like, come on,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
so it's just annoying for the sake of annoying.
Yeah, like, and they admittedly are going for a super, like, rage-inducing, I think, is on the Nintendo, like, their sales page. Yeah, the eShop page. I think, like, they boast, like, hey, this is rage-inducing challenge, but it's like, I wouldn't be boasting about that, Yeah, like, straight-up rage-inducing. And then you'll be saying just one more shot, but I didn't feel like one more shot. I felt like, all right, I'm turning this game off,
And I'm deleting it off my Switch.
And I'm getting rid of it. But I mean, now it does do some cool. Like I said, they ramp up a lot of ideas, which it's cool that they continuously add new ideas. What's another cool thing is that every time you die, you get to see like a little ghost ship of your last attempt. So this is beneficial for some of the stages that rely more on timing, especially like those rings, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, I could sort of try and sync up with my ship from last turn. So then that way I could get past that part without thinking too much, you know, because I've already done it and I'm following that. But the problem is I've had it too many times where I had a good run, I died late, and then just like I said, oh, I freaking the sensitivity, I ended up hitting a wall, and then that good ghost is gone, and now it's the ghost of me running into the wall in like 2 seconds, you know. Each stage has like a time, like a mark to hit to, you know, and that's like the added bonus. So it's like the main goal is just get to the end, and if you take 8 hours, you still progress to the next one. But they do have like the little like, hey, the achievement, if you will. But some of those I don't even. I couldn't even imagine going for some of those just because like I had
it gives you the heebie-jeebies.
I've got agita. Yeah, it was frustrating enough to be like go through it taking my time, you know. Like I said, there might be people out there who love absolute brutal slam your head against the wall. Yeah, utter garbage. No, like I said, it runs well and it's like. There's nothing. I mean, I guess, like I said, the movement's a little sensitive. There is a button you can slow down. There is a boost as well, which you'll need to boost to get some of those time restraints if you're going for that. But there is like if you held the L trigger, or it might be the L bumper, it like slows you down, so you can move through the levels super slow if you want. But then it's like it bogs it down too much, you know. So it's like you only really want to rely on that in certain aspects, but overall, I mean, I didn't really like the game that much. You know, it just...
yeah, I hear you.
It ended
sounds just like my Morphe's Law game.
Yeah, it's like, there's good stuff there, but it's just frustrating to a fault.
It's not fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's just...
Yeah, it just... Yeah, exactly. I would just end up being like, ugh.
Yeah, weird. Well, I just have... My biggest question is how do you pronounce the title of this game?
Ooh, no.
Yeah,
oh,
I just...
I don't know. Ooh.
was that your abstract? That should have been.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, no.
I think it was like, ooh, I'm going to throw my Switch into the lake or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like the DuckTales. Ooh.
I guess. I don't know. But
yeah,
anyway,
I mean, like I said, if you really want a super duper punishing and frustrating game, then this one's for you.
But if you'd like a fun luchador-inspired Metroidvania game,
amazing
have I
game,
got the game for you, and that is Guacamelee.
Yeah, one of my, if not my favorite Metroidvania, like ever.
Let's not say things we can't take back.
It's up there. You know me.
It's a good game.
I don't love Metroidvanias that much, but I love me some Guacamelee.
I think you say I don't love Metroidvanias every single episode. I think that's just something you say in every episode.
I've got a little checklist on my desk for every Tuesday. Just like reminder, tell everyone.
No Metroidvanias.
Metroidvanias.
Besides Guacamelee. Yeah, Guacamelee, exactly. So this is a very, very cute, awesome game. And this comes from... Why can't I think... Oh, it's
Drinkbox.
Yeah, Drinkbox. I can't believe you said it right. You usually say...
Juicebox.
Juicebox. Yes, Drinkbox.
I said it, and then you should have seen my face. I was like, wait, is that it?
Yeah. Yep, you said it right. Yes, and Guacamelee 2. So this was a shadow drop, right? They announced Guacamelee 2 is coming to Switch, and the original is out today.
Woo!
And it was funny because we had the funniest interview with them at PAX because we were Nintendo World Report, and they never said. I mean, they agreed to do the thing with us, so it was like it's coming to Switch, you know. But they said,
No, this isn't coming to
on
Switch.
the record, this is not coming to Switch. So it was just funny, but it is coming to Switch. They've announced it, so
It's official.
It's official, and the original's out, and I've been playing it, and I played a bunch of it actually. And the cool thing about this game is you can play it multiplayer, up to 4 players. Crazy, right? It's really cool. I remember playing this a little bit with Jill. This was part of the Humble Bundle on the Wii U, the Nindy Bundle. And I remember playing it with Jill, and I remember we were having fun, but, it's kind of a tough game. I mean, it's not like an easy game. And any time where you have 2 characters on the screen, moving along, platforming, if the skill level is very different, then it can be tough, And so we didn't get too far into it, probably just a few hours into it. I've gotten further now on my playthrough. I think I'm liking it better as a single player, I think. But it's still really cool. Like, obviously, I would love to play through it with you. Like, that would be so much fun if that was possible,
Yeah, that would... PAX, baby. Maybe not play all the way through it. Although it's not a super duper long game, is it?
I don't think so. Metroidvanias never.
Yeah,
really
especially
are.
I guess if you know where you're going. But it's been a hot second since I've played.
Yeah.
But
that's
the 6 hours. They're saying. Give or
so
take.
You're this guy who turns into a luchador, and after he dies, and now you're very strong, and you can throw Day of the Dead skeletons you beat them up and throw them. So the big part of this game is you'll beat something up, you punch it and kick it, and then it will say you can grab me, and then you take them and you can grab and throw them in any direction, and then those can hit other people and knock them down, and you can chain combos together by doing everything quickly. And the system works pretty cool. It's pretty satisfying if you can get a bunch. Like if you can take a guy and throw him and kind of domino, and kind of hit a bunch of people, it's great. I did notice that there are enemies that kind of like fire bros from Super Mario, or just they throw things at you from afar, and it would be like unavoidable to me. And I kept running into them. I tried to jump over them, and it just never felt right. And I always got hit, or I was running across the screen, and then it hit me because they already started throwing it, and I just didn't have time to dodge it. But the cool thing is there is this dodge roll. They have a dodge roll, which is one of the best things to come to gaming. I think is the dodge roll
in all of eternity.
It is,
every
Dead
game
Cells
pretty much.
And Enter the Gungeon.
You throw a dodge roll in there, baby, and you're good to go.
Dodge rolls are great, and I believe Dark Souls has a dodge roll.
Yeah. See, now here's the thing. You might be able to still get hit. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, they're cool, and it works pretty fun in this game, and it actually becomes the main mechanic. So as you get around, you'll get upgrades. You'll get the uppercut upgrade where you go higher and break blocks, so you can access new areas. You'll get a headbutt. You can do the same thing. And then, let's see. For instance, you'll die. When you, there'll be spikes, like a pillar of spikes or poisonous vines, and you have to dodge roll through them. And they just do a lot. They have a lot, and then there's a lot of environmental hazards that come into play, for instance, kind of like a switch where when you hit it, then platforms will disappear and new ones will be there, very Mario-like, and so you just got to time your jumps and stuff. It's the kind of game where if you die, it'll just restart you back at the beginning of the level. So not like Metroidvania, where if you're not at a save point,
yeah, you're screwed.
Not like Metroid, yeah, and then you have to go all the way back. So it's kind of a level by level thing.
Maybe that's why I like it.
Yeah, totally. That's probably a huge reason why.
I do love the aesthetic too. I love that luchador, those vibes,
Yeah, totally. That picture you sent me is amazing. Aw. And then Yeah, so I mean, you can kind of understand. I mean, if you're and it's very bright and colorful. The art is just fantastic. It's really cute. Not pixel based or anything. It's very hand drawn. Just a unique art style, kind of like like bright paper cutouts. Kind of not really, but like it has that lightly animated style. And it's fun. I've been having a really fun time with it, and it has a very nice gameplay stream where it just feels really smooth, and there's some difficult parts, and they shake up the gameplay a lot, so you're doing different things, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I'm glad that it's on Switch, of course, because Switch is the best platform ever, and I figured it was excited for.
I figured it was a matter of time since it did come out on the Wii U.
Yeah.
But I am excited for Guacamelee 2,
definitely
the follow-up. And I believe I don't want to say this with 100% certainty, but I believe I remember seeing if you pick up Guacamelee that you would get some sort of discount on Guacamelee 2 when it releases in December.
Okay.
I'm not, like I said, I don't want to say that for 100%, but I'm pretty sure. But anyway, even if you never played Guacamelee, it is definitely worth checking out. It's a super fun game. Yeah, so much fun. So much fun.
Cool. Well, we got one more game to talk about.
Yes, and it's going to be a quickie, sort of the theme here, I guess. It is a game I talked about last week, and that is Xenoblade 2, The Golden Country, Torna. Anytime we can get more music from Xenoblade in the podcast, I'm all for it, because it is absolutely wonderful. So yeah, last week, I believe I just talked about how, it was good to be back in Allrest, back seeing some familiar faces in different situations, because this is quite a bit before the timeline of the base game. But, so essentially, like you said, Torna, it's sort of like I believe it's just not even in Xenoblade. It was, like, destroyed, in Xenoblade 2. So this is sort of cool to go on Torna, which is a big titan, and to see, sort of all these characters you've heard a bunch about but didn't get to actually meet, and all these places. And it's really cool. I was saying how the gameplay was changed up from, instead of switching, like, blades, just giving you different powers, you actually switch and you play as the blades, and you rotate in between. One feature I did forget to mention last week was the community aspect, which is, as you do side quests, you for these people throughout the world, they join your community, and you want to collect a bunch of people in your community to level it up. And this is and anyone who's listened to me talk about RPGs, I'm not the biggest side quest man in the world. So, that's why it sort of slipped my mind, because, again, it's like something I didn't really pay attention to all that much.
Right.
So I got up to a point in the story where it was like, hey, you go raise your community level to progress the story. So I'm like, oh no. All right. But I'm like, you know what? This is probably just a friendly reminder, like, hey, this is still part of the game.
Stuff you can do.
Yeah, like, hey, go do this, like, do it up. And, it was only one level. And I think I had to do, it was like 12, you need to get 12 people to join your community. And I'd done a few side quests around the world as I was going.
12 people.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
That's
easy.
Small taters. So I was like, all right. So I went and I do that, and I continue on with the story. And boy, the story is just wonderful. I'm like, Torna is amazing. I was digging the gameplay. I'm digging the story. Like, I'm enjoying everything about this game. The cast is wonderful. Like, I really liked Jin in the original game, and it's just like getting to play as him and all these, like, just all about it. And then and then some big stuff goes down. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, all right, here we go. Like, we're probably ramping up towards the end here, and I guess very, very, I guess light spoilers. If you don't want to hear anything about the story, I'd say skip ahead like 1 minute.
Let me just Put my fingers in my
Yeah,
ears.
stick them in. Essentially, like, anyone that's played the base game, Malos is the, like, he's the Aegis, but he's, like, the bad version, you know? Like, he's trying to, like, he wants to end the world kind of thing. So, this is sort of like you're going after Malos, and you get up to this battle with him, and it's like, okay, it's like the pre-ult, like, all right, you do that, and he's like, I'm gonna go wait here, you know, like, meet me, you know? And
yeah, of course.
So it's like, okay, like, we're ramping up to that battle. All right, cool. But then, like, the game's like, hey, he said he's going to wait for us, so you have plenty of time to remind everyone, you know, like, that we're good and we're here for them. So why don't you go build up your community to level 4? And I'm like, are you kidding me?
What does that mean?
So it's like, go do a bunch of side quests before you can finish the story.
What?
So it's like, because he was like, oh, I'm going to wait here, essentially, like, come fight me. And then the game's like, they're like, oh, because, like, again, I don't want to get too much into spoilers, but it's like, we need to boost the morale of the people in the world. Like, go help them out and like, show them that, like, we're here for them kind of thing. AKA, go do a bunch of side quests, and let's pad this mother out for a while, you know?
Oh, no.
And it was like, do it to level 4. So I'm at level 2, and it's like, I'm like, oh. So I'm, like, Googling, like, how long this takes, you know? And people are like, yeah, you know, it's like, you know, maybe like 6 hours of side quests.
6
like 4 to 6 hours of side quests, depending on, like, you know.
What?
And I'm like, oh. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then, like, I guess the payoff is like 2 hours, you know. So essentially, I think I've come to terms that I'm just gonna Google, I'm gonna YouTube, the end, like what happens after that.
That's a shame.
Because it's like, and some of these quests are so annoying. Like, all right, I have to go pick up rubble. And I'm like, okay, but oh wait, my field skills aren't high enough. I need to go get those up high enough. And like, they're easy enough. It's like, oh, have Mithra's favorite dessert in your pouch, which is like, they're just consumables that you use and they give you boost little buffs. But it's like, oh, okay. Oh, great, I don't have any of those. So I need to make them. All right, let me find out how to make this. Oh, all right, I need these 3 things. So I need to go look around the world for these 3 things. Then I can make a few of these desserts. Then I could put them in my pouch so that she can unlock her field skill so that I could pick up this rubble as a part of a quest, you know? And I'm like, are you...
About to fall asleep, Casey.
Yeah, so it's like, if it was all like, hey, like, go here and beat up a bunch of people on the way, and like some of them were, you know, some involve, you know, going out and killing people and actually playing, you know, battling and stuff. But I'm just like, I was just, you know, I don't have the time. Like, I don't want to put in 6 hours of this crap when I could just move on to something else. Which is a shame because, like I said, I love the story, and the gameplay is super fun. But boy, do I hate forced side quests more than anything.
Sounds like Xenoblade Chronicles 2X.
Ugh. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, I'm playing Xenoblade 2 because I don't like that crap, you know?
Yep. Well, they gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, you know, for people who love getting into side quests and stuff, like, that probably won't bother them. And then I could say wholeheartedly, Torna is amazing, you know? If you don't like side quests, definitely be aware you're going to have to go in doing some of them. But the story and the gameplay is a lot of fun. So don't write it off completely because of that. But a frustrating way to end the time there, you know? Which is just a shame because, like I said, every other element of the game I'm really loving.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least we have closure.
Yeah, well, I got to get on the YouTube before I get the complete closure.
Yep. Well, before we get to the YouTube, we should probably take a break and check out the eShop first. That's just how
yes, sir.
We do things. So let's do that. And hidely ho, neighborino.
We are back, and we've got a ton of games to talk about, don't we, Perry? Because what time is it?
That's right. The eShop Roundup time.
The eShop Roundup. eHaw.
How much? See, I gotta get into my my eShop Roundup chair. See, I have a chair. It has a cowboy hat on it.
Oh, well, mine's like a bull. You know, like the rideable bulls.
Yes.
So whenever we get in the eShop, I'm ready to rock and roll.
Well, we're gonna start off with Shift Happens.
And this game actually looks... Now, I've heard this game's name a few times. You know, sort of a clever name, I guess, going
by
for
Justin, yeah.
And it actually looks... It looks way different than what I would have imagined.
Yeah, it's $14.99. And what is this game?
Looks like a little co-op puzzle platformer.
Where you shift things. And there's blobbities.
Local coop fun.
Cool. It looks nice, actually. That's a nice looking game.
Yeah, like I said, I had it pegged as something completely different in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But
sure you did.
Moving along here, we've got Darkest Dungeon Ancestral Edition. Excuse me, can't read.
Ancestral Edition.
For $29.99, which is 25% off. Now this is
I have this. We have this.
Yeah, I know we have this. I wonder if the physical version with all of the DLC was like a timed thing, and now you could buy it as a
yeah, must be.
Yeah, because it's got the base game and then 3 bits of paid DLC and then a free DLC. But you get that all for $29.99 or $39.99 when it's not on sale. So that's a really tough game.
Now, what sounds like a really tough game is Madorica Real Estate for $14.99. I don't know if this is a game or if it's just an app for...
Enjoy solving puzzles with floor plans and pencils.
Oh. Okay.
You know what? They'll make simulators for anything these days.
This is actually what? This is not real estate.
It looks more
weird,
like...
It looks like it's...
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what's
that swan doing in the Swan Hall? What about... You see that creepy toilet?
I don't know, but it's been going on for 33 minutes and 57 seconds.
Yeah, there's
a transportation spell.
That game looks weird.
Anyway,
spoiler,
let's move on,
that one's not going to be my eShop game of the week. But this next one...
Be Boom Ball Boost Edition for $12.99. The Boom Ball logo looks like boom blocks.
But it's a ball.
It's a ball instead of a block. And
pick up your boom ball and smash all the blocks.
All right.
Moving along here, we've got
colorful
Feral Fury for $8.99. Fast-paced twin stick shooter roguelite action.
That was your nickname in high school.
Yeah. No, it was roguelike. Twin stick shooter roguelike. Yeah. But that's okay.
Oh, cool. This game looks actually pretty cool. I mean, like pretty, like a very unique art style. Kind of looks like a 10 tons.
Remember that time? Yeah, I guess it was when 10 Tons was releasing games left and right. That little bit of twin stick roguelite heaven we went through. I felt like there was a time where that's like all we were playing.
Oh yeah, Tesla vs. Lovecraft.
Dude, I can't. And it's so funny. I waited so long to play that game because of the name.
I know.
It was seriously the name. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, no, and the name's not good. Anyway,
you know what name's really good though?
Yeah,
Iris School of Wizardry. Vinculium Hearts.
School of Wizardry.
Secrets that can't be solved by magic.
With Winnie the Pooh apparently scaring a conductor.
Oh my god, it is Winnie. It is $24.99 and Adventure Sim. What's it rated? T. Okay. T for teen.
Secrets that can't be solved by magic. All right, let's move on to Joggernauts, which is a game I've heard much about and very good things about. What are you laughing at over there, Gibbons?
You old jogger. I hate jogging.
I like jogging more than I do
running.
Running, but there is a whale that needs a dentist,
running.
Which I also need a dentist. I have a cavity in my left molar.
You've been drinking too much of that Coca-Cola. It rots your teeth.
And how? But anyway, Joggernauts looks really cool.
$14.99.
Now, I know what you're thinking. I loved Battle Group. Please tell me there's a second one.
And Merged Games was like, don't you worry, Perry. Because we got Battle Group 2. $9.99 on sale currently for $7.99. A deadly new terrorist group has emerged. The Talons seeks vengeance for an unknown crime, commanding seemingly unlimited resources and striking against innocents.
The Talon.
Arcade, I don't even know.
Anyway, it's $7.99 and it's 20% off. But it's like it's
something.
Yeah, it's an arcade strategy game apparently. So, but
I was worried.
Yeah, I don't know why, because every week it happens. But we have Neo Geo 3 Count Bout. It's a fighting game.
Boat.
Another cute fighting game with amazing pixel art, and yeah, that's all I really need to say. $7.99.
Sounds about like most of the Neo Geo games. Moving on here, we've got The Swindle for $14.99. This is a steampunk cybercrime caper about breaking into buildings, hacking their systems, stealing all their cash, and quickly running away before the police show up. It's
this game looks so cool, but I've only heard
$18.49. Oh, what did you hear?
I've heard that it's just not that good. And yeah, we have a review on the site too.
So are they trying to swindle your money from you? Is that what you're saying?
Ooh, no, I don't think so. It's a very, very, very cool looking game though. Next up, we have Hot Springs Story, and this sounds like something Casey made.
It sounds like it'd be like one of those weird perverty games, but it actually looks like a little little simulator that you run your own hot springs. Build and manage the ultimate Japanese hot springs inn. I tell you what, this actually looks pretty cool.
It does look cool, but look at the menus. It bothers me when they have pixel art, but then the menu system has just like a normal font that is different from all the rest of the game. That is ugly to me. So anyway,
$12 even. The Yimmy price.
The Yimmy price. So there are people in hot tubs saying,
hot tubs. They're in hot tubs, you pervert.
You're a hot tub. And you're also the missing J.J. Macfield and the island of... I gotta enter my postal code 1 second. The island of...
I'm
gonna save that information. It's been registered. The island of...
The suspense is killing everybody.
Memories.
Woo! Are you sure? Is that your final answer?
It is, yes. Anyway, yes, Regis. $29.99. I think that Mr. Nation said that it's a good game. I think I saw it on Twitter today. So
it's got the Justin Nation stamp of approval.
I believe it has a stamp of approval. I have yet to get his. I need to get his
hot
recordings
tape,
of his
seconds?
one word.
Words,
yeah, his one syllable reviews.
One silly
that I can input here on the eShop Roundups. Justin, can you make those for me? Just do it right now. Just do it when you can, please.
Come on, Justin.
And then you can.
What else are you doing, you lazy bum?
Just imagine it. Like Justin says, and it's like, it's just something like that. I'm like, what the heck does that mean?
That's weird.
But next up, I know that Hot Springs Story might not be your thing, but this one seems like it could be your thing, Case.
And that is Game Dev Story for $12 even.
Jimmy
Work
dollars.
hard, and you may reach the top of the video game industry. And it looks very, very similar.
Yeah, obviously by the same people. Again,
instead of in the hot springs, they're just sitting at their little desks.
Yeah, like, do you see the main menu? And like, it says new game and continue and high scores, and those aren't even centered on the buttons. Oh, I can't look at this game. All right, let's move on to the same developers, Dungeon Village, for $12. And this is kind of the same idea, but you build a heroic hamlet that warriors and merchants can call home.
Now, do you wonder,
this looks really cute.
Do all of these games play identically, and they're just like, oh, oh, I'm building a hot spring in this box, or oh, I'm building a desk in this spot, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
is it literally? You know what I mean? Like, are they that
Someone
much
tell us.
different?
Someone tell us. Yeah. I don't know. But I do know that I've heard great things about this next game, and that is Tricky Towers
He's so tricky.
for $14.99. And they did send us a code to talk about in the show. So we're going to talk about this
tricky
next
code?
week. Tricky code. So for good things. So I'm hoping to play that with some people. Next up, we have Child of Light Ultimate Edition
And
for
now
$19.99.
Jordan,
Yes.
the man himself, wrote an unbelievable
Oh my
review
goodness.
for NWR. Now, for those who don't know, this game is supposed to be told like a fairy tale, right? So all of the like dialogue rhymes with one another, I believe, right? That's like the gist of it? So Jordan went above and beyond and did his review
Amazing.
in the style of the game with rhymes, and it is...
His whole review rhymes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, even if you're not
Unbelievable.
really that interested in the game, like, it's still a pretty cool,
Great read. Yeah.
yeah, pretty cool
So
review.
cool. Very, very cool. So, yeah, I had this game on Wii U because I bought it because it was $3.99 at one point, but I didn't ever played it. So I'll probably get it when it's $3.99 on Switch.
I don't think that one will drop to $3.99
Oh, sure it will.
on the Switch,
It did on the Wii U. Why wouldn't it on the Switch?
because the Wii U's a Jimmy.
You're a Jimmy. Let's
Anyway,
move on to the next
moving
one.
along, we've got this next game, Chasm, for $19.99.
Yeah, or Chasm, I
know.
believe.
I know.
Oh.
Chasm. Now, I know this game Neil has absolutely raved about. He's a big fan. I don't really know much about it. Action-adventure
And
game.
This game looks very, very, very cool.
It looks
Right
beautiful.
up my alley.
Very.
Wow.
Ooh, I would love to live in that cabin with the snow on the top.
Yeah.
Although I guess that looks like it might be
Dude,
a pub.
did I tell you that it snowed like 3 inches
I'm so jealous.
on Sunday?
You know what
Isn't that
today
crazy?
was? It was like 85.
Yeah, it warmed up. It was beautiful today, but yeah,
Tomorrow.
it's 85.
I'm like, it is the middle of October, for Christ's sake. It is supposed to be like 55 degrees.
Yep. Well, anywho, The World Ends With You Final Remix is next, and that is $49.99, and it is apparently, according to them, but not according to most people, the definitive version of the modern RPG classic. Donald wrote the review, and apparently the controls
I was just saying,
are not good.
I think the second part of that sentence works. A modern RPG classic. From what I've heard, it's
Yep.
a great game. But yeah, I heard the Switch version.
So they should
not
just
the
add
way
a
to play
not in front of that.
Yeah.
Not the definitive version of a modern RPG classic.
Boom, yeah. I believe
It's a real
the
shame,
best
though.
way to play that game is going to be on the 3DS, which you could probably get. I mean, I got the game, I think.
Well, not the 3DS, but the DS.
What's up?
The DS would probably be the best way.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's what I should say.
Yeah.
I think I picked it up during a Square Enix fire sale on their website.
Yeah.
When I bought like 30 games for like
Jimmy,
90
Jimmy,
bucks.
Jimmy.
Never played it.
No, but actually now you can still play it. Like, you might still want to go back and play that version.
Oh yeah,
that
no.
one's
If I
better.
ever do play it, it will be that way.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Next
moving
up.
along here, we've got Warriors Orochi 4 Deluxe Edition for a staggering $89.99. This
Mother of
includes
mercy.
the base game and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces of DLC. None of which, well, I guess the 16th. Some that released today, and then I guess it trickles out throughout the remainder of the year.
I love special mounts packs.
You would, you
Anyway.
sick son of a gun.
Now, I don't see. Oh yeah, you can also buy it for $59.99. If you like Warriors games, you like Fire Emblem's Warriors, you like Hyrule Warriors, you might like this game. But moving on, look at what we have here: Lego DC Supervillains Deluxe Edition. All these deluxe games, Case.
There's
Gonna bleed you
two.
dry.
Why are they deluxe? Because we throw in 1 million pieces of DLC.
Isn't that funny? It's like, but it's right there. I guess, yeah, estimated. They have estimated release dates for these. But, anywho, $74.99. You play, there's DC heroes in it. We all know what this is. Okay,
Lego
let's move
game.
on.
Moving on, we've got Starlink Battle for Atlas Deluxe Edition. This is like the eShop Roundup Deluxe Edition. $79.99.
Dude, you see that screenshot with the R-Wing? The first one?
And no, it's funny. Total if purchased separately or individually, $147.87.
Wow.
Hot damn.
That's a good price then.
I guess. But yeah,
For
Starlink.
$80, yeah?
No. I mean, yeah, in comparison. I think it's speaks more volumes of, I don't want to say a ripoff for all of the extra.
Well, what's great is that you can buy all of the physical stuff digitally.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, $79.99. You can check out John's review on the website of Starlink. Obviously, I feel like this would be a game of mediocre interest, but since it's got Star Fox in there, obviously it sort of skyrockets.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we both have talked that this is our catch it on a good sale game.
Screams Black Friday, $30 or Christmas gift.
There you go. I like it. It might just be opened up on this show.
This next game coming from by way of Fat Dog Games. That's amazing. Oh my god.
Fat Dog. Oh man.
Oh, all right. What do we got here?
X order. For $10.39. That's 20% off. $12.99. And this looks like a strategy game.
A little SRPG action.
Turn-based, yeah. Fight for Cerulean and claim the crown as her rightful heir. So,
boom, boom.
looks cute. Looks medieval, fantasy. That's fun. Now, this next game, very interesting to me.
I like the name.
What is it?
Crayola Scoot.
This looks like Splatoon with cel-shaded graphics
and like
scooters.
Tony Hawk, but you're on Razor scooters.
Yeah.
It actually
so weird, dude.
It looks really cool.
It looks so interesting.
I don't know if it'll be any good, but I really I mean, it's got a lot of cool color.
I believe Neil is doing the review, and it might be up already.
It does check in at $39.99.
Yes.
So it is
$39.99.
Yeah, it is a full priced game here.
Yeah, the Tony Hawk's Pro Splatooner is what Neil says. So
there you go.
Yeah, not bad game. So that's fun. Next up, oh yeah, Rapala Fishing Pro Series, $29.99.
Catch yourself a big old bass.
Real fish, real lures, real tournaments, real fishing. No, it's not. It's digital. It's all not real. These crazy, crazy people. They can't put real fish.
I like that. The gear, and you can change up your shirts.
Yeah, yeah.
I need the Minnetonka.
Yeah, no, I want the Powell. You gotta go for the Jenny.
I love you, Jenny.
Jelly Stain. There's one that's called Jelly Stain.
Oh, no. Well, Perry, if you didn't get your fill of the great outdoors with that fishing game, maybe you want some Big Buck Hunter Arcade for $29.99.
Buck Strickland.
Now, where the fishing game there was going for real, this is definitely going for, it feels like one of those arcade games you grab like the bright blue rifle.
You mean like the #1 hunting arcade game in the world?
Yes, sir.
That's what they say.
And then you just, you know those ones, at like the arcade, like the big bright blue gun?
I think this literally is the one.
Is it? Okay.
Because it says this is the #1 arcade game in the world brought to the console.
I like the one area, there's just like a hillbilly drinking a bottle of XXX just in the hot tub, not the hot tub, just
and you're shooting around him while he's drinking.
Or how about like what are those? Those aren't raccoons getting sucked up into the tornado, are they?
Yes. It's a raccoon and a possum.
And a skunk.
Dude, I'm getting this game.
$29.99.
It's amazing.
We're gonna skip this next
up.
game. It's DC, just the base game of the
And the
super
next game.
villains. Yep, and the
But here we
Wars.
go. We have NBA 2K Playgrounds 2. It's now 2K Playgrounds 2. $29.99.
Rebrand.
Yep, and they sent us a code, and we are going to be talking about this next week.
Whew! I hope it is better than the first one. Now, I haven't played the first one, but I saw the reception. So, we'll see if they've made some strides to right the ship there.
Big head.
Big old dome. Get Sandy to play this game. Moving on, we've got
Now to our last one.
Valkyrie Chronicles for $19.99.
Valkyria, I believe, is how you pronounce that.
Patata.
Well, not really.
I know. The fourth one was released, I want to say a couple weeks ago. Might have been a couple months ago. I don't know. All these games, there's too many of them. But yes, another strategy RPG game, I believe. But like
looks nice.
Not necessarily in like the top-down fashion. But
no,
yeah,
I think it's like Codename Steam.
It's got a wonderful art style. I really do like that.
It's like a third-person shooter, like, you know, turn-based. So
I wish I had more time.
That's cool. It's cool that it's only $20. You know, I thought this was gonna be like a kind of a full release or half. You know, but it's only 20. So
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Nope. But you know what that means?
It's time for the games of the week here.
It's time for the games of the week, and dang it!
Are you going
my
first?
Switch away.
I feel like I went first last time. If you want to.
No, I always go first. You go first.
All right. Well, as we were working our way up, I was keeping a mental tab because I've now gotten into the routine of not turning off my Switch like you just did.
Okay.
And at first, I'm like, you know what? Hot Spring Story looks like it could be cute. And then all of a sudden, I saw that they released 3 of what looked like the same games, and I was like, is that still gonna be? Is this still the leader in the clubhouse?
Hey, I've heard good things.
But
just let you know.
But then I changed it up when we came across Chasm, aka Chasm.
Dang it, that was gonna be my pick.
Well, that's why I offered it up to you. I knew you were gonna pick that game. But yeah, it looks really cool. Yeah. What about you, Perry?
Well,
Scoot.
I'm gonna go with
Crayola Scoot.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Crayola Scoot. Why not? That game looks fun.
He's scooting.
And he's a Putin.
Oh,
he's Putin.
What are you from Russia?
Forget I said that.
Yeah. Strike it from the record.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
He's gone, and I never heard from Perry again.
Never heard from Pert Jerkum ever again.
And my life was infinitely times better.
All right, well, that's it for the eShop Roundup. So that means we can get straight into one of the best segments ever, which is...
News Talk with Casey Gibson.
Yes, sir. Now, we've teased some news earlier in the episode here, but we'll get to that in a minute. Because we've got a really cool little story bit that came out. It's the NES Zelda surprise that came with the online service. Now, we were told there would be 3 games coming on the 10th, and those 3 games came, but also this weird Zelda game where you start out with like a ton of rupees and items, all of the equipment, including the white sword, the magical shield, the blue ring, and the power bracelet. And essentially, it's like, hey, go have fun. And then we found out if you beat the game, you go in there. I mean, if you're souped up, you should be able to beat the game relatively easy. Yeah. You get a more difficult version called the Second Quest. But Perry, with this bit of news, I just can't help but think, why would anyone pay $20 for the online system?
I know, what a big waste of money. And you know what's so funny about that, Casey, is like, it's not even $20. Like, if you just get someone else, it's less than that. If you get 8 people, it's $4.
If you get a Perry, you don't have to pay anything.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care. So, anyway.
You get emails like, add me, bro, add me.
Yeah, I got 2 slots left. Anywho.
To the highest bidder.
That's awesome.
Starting at $20.
What?
I said, two spots left. Going to the highest bidder, starting at $20.
this is really cool. I think it's like, imagine if they did something like this for Mario. Like, imagine if they did anything. Like, I can't, like, for Super Mario 3, like, you start off with, I don't know. I mean, I guess they could do the same thing where you start off with, like, 3 P-Wings. And that wouldn't be that, I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
P-Wings!
But, like, it would be fun if they actually changed, you know, some dynamic with these old games. It's a lot of fun. So, really cool. Now, next up, though, Diablo 3 Eternal Collection
Ooh-wee!
Bundle, which is a Diablo 3 themed console and dock and a carrying case and, of course, a code for the game. Of course, it doesn't give you a physical version of the game. It just gives you a stupid code, but that's for $359.99. So you get a free case, basically, and it's GameStop exclusive.
The whatchamacallit looks pretty cool, too, the dock. The actual Switch, I mean, it has a little cool bit on the back, but the dock looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was joking with Estuardo, like, I'll just I'll give my sister my Switch and I'll buy this, but Merry Christmas. But
Yeah,
I'll keep this one.
Why that seems like a very nice thing to do.
Yeah, but then I realized
doesn't seem like a selfish thing at all.
I ain't getting that Jimmy a $300 Christmas gift.
Yeah, just give it to her without the Joy-Cons and without the dock.
I'll be like, Mom, this is the game. You need to get Sandy, but I'll wrap it.
Yeah, there you go. That's really cool though. But yeah, why don't you go on with this next one?
This next little bit, just a little tiny titch in here. Panic Button's performance improvements for upcoming Switch version of Warframe makes the Xbox One and PS4 versions run faster. And, I mean, it obviously doesn't really affect... I mean, I guess the performance improvements obviously do for the Switch, but it's just cool to see that Panic Button is just like... I feel like they just know the Switch in and out, you know what I mean? It's just cool to see them just doing work, making these games run faster, and then sort of translating that to their other, you know, games they work on to just pretty cool stuff, you know?
Totally.
Now, this next bit here, do you know anything about a game called Moonlighter?
I do. I really want to get this game.
Yes, me too. So for those who don't know, I guess the headline here would be that it's releasing November 5th, and I believe they said pre-orders are available as of right now. But it's a cool little roguelike game about a shopkeeper who dreams of being a hero, and he runs the shop during the day and ventures into the dungeons at night to get loot to sell at his ship. You've got procedurally generated dungeons, difficult bosses, tons of items, and it just looks cool. My buddy Matt told me about this a while ago, and he's like, you got to check this game out. Like, it's got to come to Switch at some point. Like, it looks so cool, and then it got announced. I'm like, oh yeah. So
oh yeah,
this is definitely a game I'm pretty stoked to check out.
This is physical.
It's coming out physical too?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it looks amazing, and a Signature Edition is doing like a big collector's edition for it. So
Oh baby.
probably gonna pick that up.
Amen. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong.
man,
Nothing
totally.
wrong with that.
I know, it looks awesome.
But we've got one last bit of news here, and it's not really that important, but I figured we would... No. Would you like to do the honors, or do you want me to set the table? How do we want to do this?
I think you probably should.
Okay. So, for many of those who have heard us over the years, we played Chicken Wiggle back in the day. We had Jules on actually to talk about it, and we've become friendly with Jules ever since. He's a great dude. And
way before Chicken Wiggle.
well, yeah, that was way back for what?
Episode 6, man.
Yeah, I guess Chicken Wiggle. I'm thinking Chicken Wiggle came out on the 3DS a long time ago, but I guess it really wasn't that
No,
long
it didn't.
ago.
It came out after the Switch was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out last June.
But anyway, yeah, Jules,
Anyway.
we met pretty much through the show, and we've become buddies with him. And Perry actually started, I don't know exactly when, Perry will fill us in on that, but started talking with him, and obviously with the Kickstarter of Chicken Wiggle and the certain tiers of redoing music and stuff for the game, Perry is officially, and he can announce it now, working with Jules on remastering making it orchestrated, right? The music,
right.
the soundtrack for Chicken Wiggle Workshop on the Nintendo Switch.
That's right. I am. Well, so for the Kickstarter, they had Grant Kirkhope doing some of the music for the game, but he's just not going to be doing all the music for the game. So I'm going to be doing the rest of it. So I've been working on this.
He's picking up Kirk's slack.
Yeah. And like this has been going on for months and months, and I haven't been able to say anything about it. So I'm pretty stoked to say some stuff about it. And it's just crazy. It's like a dream come true because it's like Chicken Wiggle was like one of my favorite games last year. Literally, it was in my top 10 games last year. And now I get to work on the game for my favorite platform. So it's a lot of fun. And Jules and I have been having a fun time talking about it. And I've been creating some tracks and showing him. And it's just it's really fun. So it's a really fun idea. And like what's really cool is since I produced this podcast, co-produced this podcast as well, I can show off new tracks and I was
gonna actually say
do some exclusive reveals.
Do we have a little bit of a teaser of any of the songs we could maybe just even like a 15 or 30-second clip we could sort of drop right now?
Yeah, so as you can hear, it's taking the original, and I'll probably do something more in the future where I can it'd be fun because the podcast you can do whatever you want. I'll do like a side by side about like what the original is and then like the new version, stuff like that. Because I think it's kind of fun and interesting. But yeah, kind of
a little behind the curtains.
Yeah, I have a symphony on hold that I've been paying them for few months just to kind of just hang out at this local high school for me, and I just kind of whenever I can I send them the scores and then they record like little bits for me. So it's been working really good so far. I am about $300 million in debt, but I'm really counting on this Chicken Wiggle to really so
take you to the moon.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Dude,
speaking of moon, man, I can't believe Moonlighter is physical. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Totally.
But yes, no, Chicken Wiggle, I'm very excited. I'm, first off, very proud of old Perry here, old Jerkum, getting to, like you said, it's cool that, to get on to work on any project, I imagine, is pretty amazing. But, like, for it to be a game that you actually, like, you played the game, loved it, like before, like, and not working on it was not even in the realm of possibilities, so it wasn't like, oh, I love that game because I'm going to work on it, it's like, you fell in love with it, and then like to get to revisit it and sort of put your stamp on it is pretty darn cool.
And to work with Grant Kirkhope, it's kind of pretty cool.
I mean, when you get to work with Casey Gibson every week,
it's true. It's true. That's why I didn't really think about it until now. So,
no, but yes, a huge congratulations, of course.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to revisiting it because, I mean, aside, like, obviously the music's going to be great to check out too, but like those visual, like I like the pixel art too, but I think the HD version looks really sharp awesome as well. So.
And so yeah, Jules just showed off some off-screen gameplay of some of the art. Over on his Kickstarter, but also on YouTube, so everyone should go check that out. And you can actually switch between pixel and HD artwork with the select button on the fly. It's amazing. How cool is that? It's so cool. So at any time you can switch. Oh, because it's on the Switch.
Ching! But yeah, awesome news again. Congratulations to you, and I'm sure we'll be hearing more as that project gets closer to its launch.
Absolutely. I mean, we'll have a lot, and Jules, come on, we can talk about stuff. It'll be great. It'll be a fun, and I'll be at the launch of the game, and so that'll be a lot of fun too. And yeah, I can't wait, man. I'm so pumped.
And we'll be down there
Chicken Wiggle
for PAX as well.
San Antonio, baby.
Yeah, I mean, have we even really talked about that? We're going to be going to PAX South this year.
I don't think so.
Instead of normally we do East, and I know for me, it was a drive. Now that we're down in the dirty heat of South Carolina, we figured, or at least I figured, if I gotta jump on a plane, we might as well go check out a brand new spot. So we're gonna check out San Antonio.
And I guarantee you that it won't. Well, actually, I'm not gonna say that, but I guarantee it won't
Too late.
be as cold.
You already did it. Yeah, yeah.
If it's as cold as Boston.
Although last year wasn't
great.
too bad.
It was great. No, it wasn't bad at all.
It was really just that one
year
year
before.
was brutal. My goodness.
Oh, dude, that was the coldest I've ever been.
Yeah. Honestly, though, it's like I want that.
When
right
I thought Kate was going to die,
I was concerned for her health.
Casey, can you just make sure like you're tapping her on the shoulders and she's responding?
She's an ice
every
cube.
5 minutes. Oh, geez. But anyway, yeah, that'll be fun. So yeah, we're going to PAX South. We're going to be hosting some panels, not Talk Nintendo, but NWR. So that's going to be awesome. So I think when we get those panels and everything,
everything locked up, we'll
locked
more
up,
of that.
yeah.
But yeah, if you're going to be down,
we have our badges.
Yeah, if you're going to be down there in San Antonio checking out PAX South, we'll be there. So we say what's up. But
and please, we can go get some barbecue.
Ooh, that's what I'm most looking forward
talk
to.
Retro Studios into going and getting some barbecue.
Yeah, be like, you promised me some prime rib, and they'll be like, no, I didn't, and I'll be like, I got the text to prove it, or the tweet. But speaking of Twitter, we've got some announcement winners. Yes, sir. Now, last week we had the honor of having Mick Waits, and we've got 2 codes to give away of Miles and Kilo. So we did that little Twitter giveaway, and we are happy to announce we've got 2 winners here. The first one, /Games1120, is our first winner. And our second winner is Dan, who goes by the handle of
Shih Tzu on you too.
We might have to censor that one. No. Yes. Our 2 Twitter winners, they will receive a code for Miles and Kilo of their likings. They've been we've reached out to them. So that's pretty cool news. They're a really fun little game, and yeah. We're going to continue to do giveaways periodically, as we sort of always do. Getting into the holiday season before we know it, and I feel like we always like to do a nice holiday bundle. So I'm sure we'll have something fun coming up. But you can check us out for all of our doings, whether it be giveaways or just podcasts being posted or random tweets, over on the Twitter at Talk Nintendo Pod. That's Talk Nintendo
POD.
And I think that's going to bring us to an end here. I think we've hit the briskness that we were aiming for.
I believe so. I believe very so, which is nice.
It's probably the shortest episode we've ever done.
Really?
I mean, maybe if you get rid of like the PAX episode where like the 0.5s, you know. Oh,
Casey, remember when we did the PAX episode and where everybody knows your name, and like I said that at the beginning, and like we exported it and like we put it on the server, and it was like we listened to it.
What is wrong with
it?
This?
It's like, I'm like, what the heck is going on?
It's like, I knew you were a bad singer.
I had like auto-tuned like the whole track.
Oh, what is that? That was so funny. And we're like, what is going on right now?
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
We knew Perry was not a great singer.
2, 1.
Sorry, Donnie. Donnie, every time I clap, he's like, Good old Tim the Tool Man. What a great show. But anyway. Hello and welcome to episode 109 of the Talk Nintendo podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Casey Gibson, and joining me this fine night, flying in from Hollywood, Mr. Perry Burkum. And that's where everyone turns off their podcast or their iPhone